So today we're going to be talking about hitting 200,000 subscribers. Now, if you haven't seen the live stream, or if you haven't been paying attention to the community tab, or haven't been paying attention to anything, then you probably don't know. But we hit 200K. Now, we have been pushing for this goal for a very long time, and to finally hit it is super awesome. For those of you that did show up to the live stream, I appreciate you guys being there, and hitting that moment live with all of you is something that I definitely wanted to happen, and I'm so glad that I was able to make it happen. And I do understand that like doing live streams out of nowhere and just popping them up, that does lead to some people not being able to come there. So I do apologize if you aren't unable to make it to the stream and you did want to be there. But once again, it was kind of like one of those things where we just had to go when it was time, and I felt like that when we did that last Wednesday, it was time. I did try to wait till 5 so most people could be out of school. I don't know if that really helped at all, but anyway, we did hit 200,000 subscribers, and for this special milestone, I do have a lot of things planned, so I hope you guys are excited for all of those. We're going to be going over them here in a second, but first, I do want to say just thank you guys one more time. This milestone is a huge milestone because we have one of those at 100K, now we've doubled it. We technically have the value of 2 of those, which is amazing. When I got that 100K plaque, I didn't think I would ever be able to double that, let alone double it in around 2 years. But that's something that we were able to do, and I truly think that that's just amazing. I didn't expect us to make it this far, and we'll have to see what's in store for the future. But for now, we are celebrating 200,000 subscribers. Do you guys know how much 200,000 is? It's a lot. To put it into better perspective, we're going to start looking at pictures of football stadiums or soccer stadiums. Well, in the case of the first one, apparently a cricket stadium. In Australia, there is the Melbourne Cricket Stadium that has 100,000 seats in it. Here's a picture of it on the screen. We have 2 full stadiums worth of subscribers of that. That is insane. For all the Americans, here's a picture of MetLife Stadium, the largest seating capacity stadium in the NFL. We could fill up 2.5 of these stadiums with our subscribers. 200,000. It would take 2.5 MetLife stadiums. Now, I would never want my viewers to go to MetLife Stadium, but just think about it. That's insane. 2.5 football stadiums, or 2 cricket stadiums, apparently, with every single seat full. No, we're not talking about just like a sellout where, you know, there's some seats missing. No. Every single seat is full in both of those stadiums. And times it by 2, at least. Now, what if we lined up every single subscriber in a straight line? Well, that line would be 76 to 114 miles long. And in non-American perspective, aka the rest of the world, that is 122 to 183 kilometers long. That is a long line of people, just straight people, for 75 miles or 100 something kilometers. And that's a number that I'm still struggling to wrap my head around. Now, I know that not all 200,000 people in the community are like active and actively watch every single video, but still that's a milestone number, and still it shows the progress of the channel over the last almost 10 years now. Yeah, I've been doing YouTube for almost 10 years. Right currently it's like 9.5 years. It'll be 10 years on March 15th, 2026. That's the official 10-year anniversary of the channel. I know that my first video that you guys can see on the channel didn't come out then, but there's a few older ones that are hidden that you can't see for good reasons that are there. I'm not saying that you'll never see those videos. You might see them on the 10-year anniversary, but 10 years of progress has led to 200,000 subscribers. That's a pretty good return in my opinion. Now, I didn't start doing YouTube seriously until around 2021. That's when I started to edit my videos, started to do actual thumbnails, and then I posted that mapping video, and that got us here, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, now to talk about what we're doing for 200K. I know a lot of you guys are interested in that. So first and foremost, this video kind of counts as a celebratory video. This is just like the general 200K video. This is the video that's talking about us hitting the milestone and also giving leeway to all of the other celebratory things that I'm going to talk about here in a second. But this is my gratitude video. This is me saying thank you 200,000 times. No, not really. I don't have time for that. If I did, I would, maybe. Fun fact, I slapped myself 1,000 times for 1,000 subscribers. It's a real video. I don't know if it's on the channel still, but don't go looking for it. And yes, I did actually slap myself 1,000 times. I counted 1,000. That's when I had too much free time. Anyway, as for the other things for 200K, we will be doing a 200,000 subscriber Q&A. Now, some of you guys might remember that back when we hit 100K, I did a Q&A, and you might be wondering, why are we doing another one? Well, to put it simply, our subscriber count has doubled since then. That was 2 years ago, yeah, but it's doubled since then. That's 100,000 more people that have come into the channel, and 100,000 more people that may not have seen that Q&A video. So we're doing it again. I'll be answering as many questions as I reasonably can, and for this Q&A, I do want to say, all questions are fine, all questions are welcome, but I do believe that having a more emphasis on like non-mapping related stuff, like just YouTube in general or questions about me, would be a lot more, I don't want to say beneficial, but a lot more welcomed for the community as we start to get a larger and larger community. Because you guys can ask me about questions in general, questions about WICSO, but it won't be too often that I'm able to answer more like personal questions or just questions about me or something other than like mapping or even YouTube. So this is a pretty good opportunity to ask those non-mapping related questions. YouTube questions, of course, those are fine, but I'm more so getting at maybe non-mapping related questions. I'm still answering them if you have any, but just to put that out there. Now, where should you guys go to post your questions? Well, you could post them in the comments of this video. However, it would be a lot better if you didn't, and instead you posted them on the community post that I just set up before recording this video. I'll be getting most of the Q&A questions from there, so go over to the community tab. It will be the first community post that you see for the next week. So you don't have to worry about scrolling down or anything like that. It'll be the top one. Go there, click the comment button, and then comment your question, and I'll try to get back to you. Of course, I'll be showing all of the questions in the video so you guys can actually see what I'm reading off of. But yeah, I am excited for that. I'm looking forward to that. Another place you guys can go to ask Q&A questions is the Discord server, which is linked in the description below. There will be a special Q&A channel linked there where you guys can ask away. And once again, I will be mostly answering the questions on the community post, but I will try to pull some from the Discord server. Anyway, what else is planned for 200K? The next celebratory thing that we're doing is reacting to your guys' content. Now, over the past year, I want to say there has been a massive influx of AdizzPro related videos that weren't made by me. Shocking, right? Most of them include WICSO related content, but there are some that aren't related to WICSO and are just about the channel in general. But to kind of give back to the community, I wanted to go around and I wanted to watch some of the more popular videos that were made within our community and react to them live for you guys to see, for you guys to be exposed to these other creators that have covered our community or WICSO or things like that. There are a ton of creators out there that are covering the channel, and more so WICSO. It's kind of insane to think that we have created our own sub community in the mapping community. I definitely didn't think that I would create a new like topic or community thing, but that's pretty cool. I'll take it. But yeah, if you guys have any kind of content pertaining to the channel or WICSO or stuff like that, I will be watching those kind of videos. Now, I'm not gonna be able to watch every single one because there are a lot, but I will try to cover some of the more popular ones and the more well-known ones, as well as things that I just think are cool in general. Next up thing, this is something that I just thought of before hitting recording, but I have been considering doing like a setup tour here on the channel. Now that would include like looking at my current room now, but also more so like my recording setup, like, you know, what I'm working with computer-wise, monitor-wise, where I sit and record the videos, what the background looks like behind me, from a different perspective, more focused on like the setup, but also the room in general, not out there, but in here. I'm not 100% sure if I will do that. Just let me know in the comments below in this video if you guys would like to see that kind of stuff. Once again, that was something that I just kind of thought of before the video. It's something that I've been kind of wanting to do for a while back when I lived in the old house. Obviously that didn't come to fruition, and that will never happen because that setup will never return, but it definitely is possible here. Now, for the fifth thing that we will be covering for 200K, and I know that some of you guys have been wanting this to come back for a while now. I personally have been thinking about bringing it back just in general, but now that we've hit 200K, it's definitely coming back because I already have it kind of planned out as to what we're going to do with it. But yeah, we're bringing back the merch for 200K. Last time I did this was at 100K, so I think it's pretty fitting that we do it again. Now, I do not have the designs currently, well, designed. I haven't gotten around to it just yet, but I will let you guys know when that stuff is all ready to go. I'm not sure how soon it will be, but I'll probably get to it by the end of this week. Now, what kind of things can you expect for 200K merch? Well, of course, you have the general channel stuff, so like, you know, anything with the AdizzPro thing on it, like the hat that I wear in a lot of the videos. You can buy one of these if you really want to. Fun fact, it has a green brim. But other than hats, like what other kind of stuff are we selling? Well, first of all, I got some of the old merch here, like the Sink It Into the Ocean mug. I will not be selling this again. Quite frankly, I think it's a horrible design. And also, the mugs that this company sells are kind of weird with this, but I'll make it work for you guys. Like, for example, in this mug, where that problem doesn't happen. This is the 25,000 subscriber mug. I sold merch at 25K? I guess so, but anyway. Stuff like this, mugs, hats, and of course, clothing as well. This was for 100,000 subscribers, so yeah, pretty cool. I'm definitely thinking about doing better designs though. So if you guys remember the old merch and you didn't like the designs on those, hopefully this time around it's going to be a little bit better. But that's just like the general AdizzPro channel merch. What about like the WICSO stuff that I'm planning on doing? Yes, there will be WICSO merch, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. I have one particular design in mind, and it pertains to the most popular country in the series. And no, it won't be from just the current time period. It will be from the entire series in general. And as far as like what we're gonna sell with the WICSO stuff, stickers, definitely. Maybe like t-shirts and maybe like mugs, but other than that, I'm not too sure what else would work with WICSO stuff. Let me know in the comments below, like, what kind of stuff you would like to see in regards to What If Civilization Started Over and the merch that can be released with that, because I am still kind of brainstorming on it. Anyway, though, that is all of the stuff that we are planning on covering for 200K. So once again, this video, the Q&A, the reacting to your guys' videos, the merch, and the possible room tour. The 200,000 subscriber live stream also kind of counted it for it, but not really. It was more so of us just hitting the moment together. That's the main priority of that. So we definitely did that, or for some of us we did. But yeah, that's all the stuff we're doing for 200K. Once again, this is a huge milestone, and I do want to say that, like, this period on YouTube here is just kind of like a short, not really a permanent. We're not going to be doing this exact stuff for the rest of time. I'll probably never stop doing YouTube. I don't know how often I'll be able to do it in the future. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that I never really want to quit doing this kind of stuff, so I probably never will, he says as he retires in 10 years. Hopefully not. If that does happen, track me down and slap me in the face. I give you approval. Okay, don't actually track me down. That would be very scary. But yeah, this period on YouTube where we're doing mapping and stuff, I don't think it's permanent. I understand that most of the community now is from mapping, but things change over time. I'm not going to be doing mapping for the next, 50 years of my life. If I'm alive for that long, or if I'm even doing YouTube for that long, oh God, I'll be like 69. I'll be 69 in 50 years. I'm gonna be old. I'm old. Maybe I won't be doing YouTube for that long. God, I need to retire. Okay, but seriously, like, after I graduate college, I'm planning on just shaking it up a lot and doing a lot of other things. So just something to look forward to in the future. And of course, that will all be built off of what we have now. So don't worry if that, like, the future stuff worries. It shouldn't at all, because we're gonna go through it together, and we're not gonna like abandon completely the topics that we have now. I don't want to like come off as like saying that we're going to drop everything we have and do something else. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just saying that expect change in the future, specifically after I get out of college, maybe a year after I get out of college, because I need to figure out what exactly I am doing after college. But that's for 2 years from now. We're talking about right now. And right now we hit 200,000 subscribers, which once again, 2 of those things, awesome. So for that, I once again want to say thank you guys so much for all of the support that we've gotten over the past 2 years since hitting 100,000 subscribers. To think that we've doubled that in around 2.5, well, it's more so almost 3 years now, but to think that we've gained 100,000 subscribers in around 2.5 years is insane. Yeah, that's just something that I didn't foresee happening, and it's surprising to me, but I didn't really, put it past this community. This is a very passionate community, so, anything is possible. So, once again, thank you all so much for that. Thank you all for all the support, and thank you for sticking through it with me. Once again, make sure to leave all of your questions on the community post that is in the community tab, the first one, and also make sure to join the Discord server in the description below to ask questions there as well as to just interact better with the community. It is the mapping community now, so don't worry about like non-mapping stuff, because it is fully focused on our community and mapping. Also, we do have channel memberships and stuff like that, so if you guys do want to get early access to the videos, members only Discord access, and also members only community posts, and sometimes members only shorts, check that out as well. Super fans do get shoutouts at the end of every single video, so if you guys didn't know that, then there you go. But the main thing, of course, is pushing forward to our next goal, which will be 250,000 subscribers. Now, why 250,000? Well, that's because that is 250,000 people, which is insane, because we're now using the words million. Currently, we use the word 100,000 or hundreds thousands, but to move up another zero and to now start saying million is certainly a insane feat. There's definitely just a different ring to it, from saying 200,000 to saying 250,000 subscribers. That kind of presents a new perspective on it. So yeah, we're around 50,000 subscribers away from there. I don't know when we'll hit it, but we're gonna hit it. And yeah, that is going to do it for this video. So I hope you guys did enjoy hearing about all of the stuff we're gonna do for 200,000 subscribers. I understand that like this isn't really a content video. This is me just sitting in front of a camera and talking, which I don't do too often, but some of you guys I think enjoy it. A lot of people don't, but hey, if you're here, you're here. Congratulations to you. Of course, my thanks goes out to every single person subscribed to the channel, every single person that has watched one of my videos, which is a couple million, a couple tens of millions actually. It all equally goes out to you. So once again, thank you so much for 200,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. And of course, thank you to all our super fans. This includes Andrew Rowe 2, Bruno Apex, Omega the YouTuber, Terminator, Aiden Shank, Icy Static FN, See What I Do, CTG on YT, XanderPro, Euroball, Bren, Jazzy Gerboa, Green France Mapping, Nevada Garbage Trucks, Vista, Nightenhood 7353, Big, Big, A Norwegian, RS, and Golden Ball Mapping, Zaylan, Laser Taze, Augusto, Pablo Sigma Cat, and Hammer Toad 45. Once again, thank you guys.